Hey there, Sart here. First of all, I want to start by saying thank you. Huge thanks to all my supporters. I just hit 1,000 subs yesterday, and it feels good, man. It feels really good. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Specific shout out to Neo Zero Destiny, who was that 1,000th subscriber. They saw a video earlier and saw that I was sitting at 999, and that inspired them to hit that subscribe button. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for everybody that supported me along the way. I could not have done any of this without you guys. You have been so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do to celebrate hitting 1,000 subs. You guys have given me some great ideas in the community post that I put out yesterday. Keep those coming. I might put out a poll next week to sort of, gather those ideas together and see which one you guys think is the best, and then I'll kind of go from there. In the meantime, I'll still keep putting out, fun content, hopefully some helpful content. This one is going to be more on the fun side, less on the helpful side. So I had this idea today because I ended up pulling Beach Babe Olive with some tickets thanks to the Facebook compensation. Those came with a lot of tickets you can use on banners. So, I wasn't originally intending to pull for Olive since I went ahead, I was able to rank one in Clash of Wills without her. So I was like, all right, well, I don't really need her, so I'll wait and just off banner her. But after the Facebook thing happened, we got all those on banner tickets. I decided to throw some at the banner and eventually snagged her with some tickets. And so at that point I decided, well, I'll go ahead and do the step up for the special vision card because that gave me coins that I could then use to get shards for Olive. So I did that and got the special vision card called Cool Smile, which is this one here with Fryevia on it. And it's a neat little card. I wouldn't recommend pulling for it because I don't think it's as good as some of the other exclusive vision cards, but it is unique in that it comes with this little buff. Now it only lasts for 5 turns, so after 5 turns it's basically useless, but it boosts your limit burst by 50 times. It gives a 50 times modifier boost, but it only works on morale scaling damage. And so this is probably most useful on units like Chizuru and Oliveira, who have multi-part limit bursts that scale with morale. And so what I mean by that is if we look at Chizuru's Brave Shift limit burst, it actually has 2 parts. You'll notice there are 2 separate modifiers. The first 29 hits have their own 50 times modifier, and the last hit has a 300 times modifier. All right? And so what Fryevia's card will do is actually add an extra 50 times modifier to both of those parts. So she essentially double dips and gets a 100 times total modifier boost, which is very, very nice. Again, only lasts for 5 turns though, so it's really only ideal for quick clears, which is what we're going to do here. So my intention is to try and take down Belphegor in 2 turns, capitalizing on this nice LB mod buff. So I had a friend build a Chizuru that's identical to mine, and we'll talk about the gear afterwards because this one does rely a bit on variance, and so if I do come up short, I'll have to stop the recording and try again. So we're just going to go ahead and get right in there and see if we can get this done. All right. So Belphegor is a pretty thick boy. He's got I think 20 billion HP. So it's going to take a lot to get him down, but I think we can do this. If variance is with me, then we can do it. Now you notice my Esther is started off in Brave Shift form. I'll explain that later with the gear, because she's got some gear that's going to help fill up her LB on turn 2. Alright, we're going to start with Paladin's Offense for the attack buff. We'll put Poach Demon on one of the Chizurus. It doesn't matter in this case because they're both identical. Phinny and I built pretty much identical Chizurus on this one. And we'll use I've Got Your Back to fill up Esther's LB, because we're going to need to use that on turn 1 to do damage, of course, but also to set up that LB field for Chizuru. Alright, so Reberta is going to be our fire support. Inferno Breath for the fire, Imbue, Amp, and Imperil. Mega Breath. That's just to, it does a little bit of damage, which is nice, but it's really just to provide some space between the Imbue and this skill here, Draconic Triune, which does a 40 limit burst fill for the team. This is going to help us make sure that we have our LBs ready on turn 2. Alright, So you can already tell the timing is going to be a little tricky here. All right, so we'll have to start Reberta, and then immediately followed up by Kaito and Esther. And then after I've done their LBs, then we do the Chizurus, so that Chizurus can take advantage of Esther's limit burst field. All right, Kaito does the breaks, of course, and the Katana Imperil for Chizuru. Esther does have a Great Sword Imperil, thanks to the Leave Things to Me vision card, which is attached to Sylvie currently. So there is currently a Great Sword Imperil. So you boost damage from large swords. So Esther will also have a Weapon Imperil, which is nice. All right, let's see how much we do here. I'm hoping to be, the idea is you want to get as close to 50% as possible without going over, because if we push the threshold on this turn, we're all going to die. Because the threshold attacks retaliation is not friendly, and we are not set up to take it. So we want to get close to 50% without going over, and then we'll do the rest on turn 2. If I end up coming up short and being closer to like 60%, it might not happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right. All right, come on, baby. Looking for 55. Hey, 58. That's actually pretty good. All right, I think we might be able to do this. 8.5. Nice. All right. I think this one's going to work. I only had to do it 2 times before this recording to get a good variance. Okay. So now on this one, Sylvie's just going to do her limit burst. All right, that's for bigger buffs. It also adds another extra little modifier boost to everybody. All right, on this one, Reberta is going to Draconic Triune again, followed by Double Mystic Breath. That's to get the chain fully ramped up before everybody else begins. So what I'll do is I'll do Reberta. I'm going to then hit reload so that everyone's LB is ready. And then I'm going to switch Kaito over to Blazing Red Flash because that is actually stronger than his limit burst. So there we go. Let Reberta start the chain. And let's go. Come on. Let's get this one down. Let's take it down. Let's take it down. Let's take it down. Go, 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 go. Yes! Oh, hell yeah. Only took 3 tries. Oh, whew. There we go. And that is like just barely making the cut there, I think. I think I did probably just over 20 billion. But yeah, that was fun. So this is just one of those things where I like to have a little bit of fun. There's the damage spread. So obviously my Chizuru did more because my Chizuru had the 250% Demon Killer buff. If I had put that on Phinny, Phinny would have had the 8 billion on that one. Kaito doing all right, Esther doing all right, but really the Chizurus were here pulling ahead thanks to that special vision card. Yeah, and Reberta, of course, throwing in a little chip damage. Honestly, if Reberta hadn't done that, 500,000, or sorry, 500 million, we probably would not have killed this thing. So yeah, Reberta's damage was significant, I think. All right, very cool. Now I will show you the team. It doesn't matter that I can't show you Phinny anymore because, like I said, he built his Chizuru identical to mine. It was absolutely identical, so no difference between them. So Esther. All right, here we go. So you see she's got Dragon's Brush and Call of the Wild. That's why she started in Brave Shift form, so that when I shifted her out, that gives her an extra, I want to say it's 15 or 16 LB fill. Let's see, Spirit of Calligraphy, that one does 7, Call of the Wild does 8, and then Advanced Weaponry does between 1 and 3. All right, so otherwise she's just built for killers, LB damage. It's got her own vision card, of course. And then, yeah, her Brave Shift form is irrelevant. All right, that was just so that we could take advantage of Dragon's Brush and Call of the Wild there. All right, Sylvie doesn't really matter. Honestly, she was just built for bulk and to passive provoke. And then the Leave Things to Me for that 25% large sword reduction. My Chizuru, nothing in regular form, and yeah, just full-on damage. And like I said, this is identical to my friend's build, so we don't need to even bother looking at that one. Had the exact same attack stat and everything. So yeah, just load it up on Demon Killer and then the Vision card. And yep, full on LB damage, full on Demon Killer. Kaito, again, full on damage as much as I could stuff in there. The Lone Swordsman card for the Blazing Red Flash, which does a 2,000 times modifier move, which is actually stronger than his Limit Burst, and that goes for both forms. Full on Demon Killers here as well. All right, and then Reberta, you know, fairly insignificant what her build is, but yeah, again, I did build her full on Demon Killer, I believe. Yep, it's full on Demon Killers, and then yeah, just try and, you know, buff up her mag as high as possible for that extra chip damage. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I was able to get that done and show you guys. I'm working on another fun clear against the Death Machine, and I'll hopefully have that one posted. That one's going to take a little bit longer, but I'm hoping I can get that one out either tomorrow or the day after, just depending on working on the rotation for that one. That one will not be a short clear. The one against Death Machine is just going to be a just for fun clear, and you'll see why if and when I post. I shouldn't say if, when I post it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found it entertaining. And yeah, once again, thank you for subscribing to me. You guys are awesome. I will see you on the other side.